Night was thick with danger and silent screams. Deep beneath the shattered streets of occupied Paris, a figure crouched in the choking darkness of an underground tunnel, clutching a weapon unseen by the world above. Sweat ran down his grime-smeared face, eyes wide with terror and resolve, staring into the eerie green glow that pulsed from his hands. How did a simple resistance fighter come to wield such a bizarre weapon, and what desperate gambit was about to unfold in the suffocating silence below the city? This is the untold story of a secret tool crafted not just to kill, but to haunt the nightmares of an empire. It was 1943. The smell of wet earth, diesel, and fear hung heavy in the cramped catacombs beneath Europe's darkest winter. Paris was a city gripped by occupation, its streets patrolled by ruthless forces, and its people shackled to a fate dictated by an unforgiving war machine. Hidden in these claustrophobic passages, a clandestine network of resistance fighters worked feverishly against impossible odds. Their mission was clear yet deadly: sabotage the enemy's war efforts using any means necessary, and keep alive the flicker of hope flickering in the hearts of the oppressed. Resistance had long been bound by limitations: simple firearms, makeshift explosives, and whispered secrets passed under duress. But whispers in the shadows spoke of something more, something terrifying and extraordinary. An ancient prototype weapon, resurrected from forbidden science and shadowed by myth, that could disable entire squads, disrupt communications, and sow chaos with silent precision. Its origins were as obscure as the encrypted messages these fighters risked their lives to deliver. The discovery came on a bitter winter's night. In the ruins of an abandoned factory on the outskirts of the city, a group of resistance scouts uncovered broken machinery and cryptic blueprints, pages yellowed by time, covered with diagrams of a weapon that defied all traditional understanding. Its components were a bizarre fusion of old-world mechanics and arcane energy sources, emitting that eerie green light that seemed to pulse with life. The weapon promised a new kind of warfare: invisible, corrosive, and relentless. The first use of this strange device was a desperate gamble. A small team, including the terrified figure now gripping the glowing weapon, prepared to sabotage a German ammunition depot. Every footstep echoed with the weight of imminent death. The odds were stacked against them. Capture meant certain execution, betrayal meant the death of the entire network. As they edged closer, the frightening quiet was shattered by the whir of distant patrols. Pressure clawed at their nerves. A countdown of heartbeats became a battle against time and fear. Then, as the enemy forces approached, the weapon was fired, not with a roar but with a haunting hum. The green light burst into a spectral wave, spreading through the shadows with unnatural speed. Tanks stalled, radios fell silent, and enemy soldiers were trapped in unseen paralysis. The depot became a chaotic tomb of confusion and fear. But the weapon's power came at a cost. Those who wielded it reported hauntings, visions of those lost to the war, faces flickering in the eerie green haze, whispers of despair and sacrifice. Every shot fired was not just a blow against the oppressor, but a scar etched deep into the soul of the fighter. The resistance's victories were hard-won and paid in anguish and blood. Despite its terrifying effectiveness, the weapon was soon deemed too dangerous to exploit fully. Its energy source was unstable, its effects unpredictable, and the risk of its capture by enemy hands catastrophic. The secret was buried once more beneath layers of silence, coded letters, and shattered ruins, accessible only to those who dared remember and risk all. Today, only fragments remain: faded documents uncovered in secret archives, testimonies whispered by surviving members now aged and broken, and the haunted ruins where this bizarre weapon once changed the tide of war. Behind the official history lies the brutal truth of defiance clothed in shadows, innovation born from desperation, and courage that defied not just guns, but the very limits of human endurance. What would you have done if you held that glowing weapon in your trembling hands? To fight the unstoppable with the unimaginable, to risk everything on a slender thread of hope. Their story endures as a silence louder than any roar of battle, a reminder that in the darkest times, the human spirit forges weapons not only of destruction, but of survival, sacrifice, and profound mystery.